cardio kickboxing, no equipment is needed. You might want to use yoga blocks for the stability exercise, but they're totally optional. Jump rope. Make sure to pace yourself. It's 50 seconds work with 10 seconds for transition. If you get winded, take breaks, reduce the range, and skip a few reps. If you've never done this before, make sure first time you go through, go slow, otherwise you're risking your legs turning into gel. And if you don't like push-ups, you can always skip them or replace them with a plank. Squat and crescent kicks for warm-up. Squat, outward crescent kick, inward crescent kick, and switch. This is a warm-up, so you don't have to go fast. Make sure that you're warming up your hips really nicely. And go slow. Try to focus on the range. And last one. Warm up the wrists. We're going to walk out with a push-up. Down, walk it out. One push-up and walk back in. Make sure warm up your wrists, elbows. If you don't like push-ups, you can skip the push-up part. And last one. Squat and alternate front kick. Again, we're still warming up, focusing on the range and on the movement, not yet on the power. Stretching. Different people have different flexibility. If you are not as flexible, use your range that is comfortable for you. As you keep working, the range will increase. Last one. We're going to do dips. If you don't like dips, we're going to do a kick, alternate crab kicks. Still warming up. Use your glutes to lift yourself up. last one. Keep warming up the wrist. Jumping jacks. We're getting the heart rate up. Warming up the joints before we start working. If you don't like jumping jacks, you can always do side taps. And always pace yourself. If you feel yourself hitting a bus, take breaks. And last one. We're going to start stretching the hips. Half a roundhouse kick. And I say half because the full roundhouse kick, we have to turn so we don't injure the knee. This is more for stretching, improving mobility. And you can put your foot on the ground if it's too hard. Here we're working on the core and outer thigh strength. We'll do the other side shortly, don't worry, last one. Now we'll let the hips rest and do either dips or crab kicks, whichever you prefer. For dips, you can be on any elevation. I am using a box from Home Depot. You can use any box or a chair, or you can be on the floor. If this is too hard, you can bring your knees in. We're raising the heart rate up and letting the hips rest so we can stretch the other side. Try not to shrug the shoulders into the neck. And breathe. Last one. Half a roundhouse kick. Other side. Still working on core and stability. This is not fighting, this is training. So don't judge my technique. If there's no stability, put it down. Work on the core. Focus by staring at one spot on the floor to keep your body still. Try to increase your range of motion. And last one. Push up with a side plank. Alternate. Push up and plank. If you don't like push-ups, rotating plank. Edge your face. Really engaging the core here. last. We're going to do squat with front kick. Alternate. Down and kick. And the easy way is to stand up fully and then kick. The hard way is to start kicking before you lift from the squat. This is equivalent to a one-legged squat, so it increases the intensity. Try to focus on the range. Touch the floor if you can. And stretch. Last one. We're going to work on side kick. Slow motion, working on range. Stability, side kick. Bring knee into the chest. Look where you're kicking and extend. Both heels point to the target. Focus on stability. Stare at one point on the floor. Look at the target if you can. Bring it all the way in. There is no rush. Focus is on the alignment and the form. Crunch. And last one. Okay. Shake it off. Alternating front kicks. And stretch it out. High or low, whichever one you prefer. Push with your quad as you kick. Don't lift it. Knee in and push. Into the chest and push. Work on the range. And that's it. We're going to do other side. Stretching side kick. Into the chest. Both heels point to the target. Extend. Heel point to the target. No rush. Focus on control. Core is tight. Stretch. Hold on to the wall if you need to, or to something, so you don't fall. If you lose your balance a few times, just pick it up and continue. This is it. Shake it off. Push up with a plank and leg lift. Push up and lift. Focus on the core. Of course, you can skip the push-ups. Core strength is very, very important. Last one. We're going to do a neck grab and drive the knee into the solar plexus. Alternate with rear leg. Alternate. And here, we're not just engaging the core to drive the knee up, but also engaging the back to pull with the arms. And that's it. Shake it off. Now, front kick, just with the right leg, or your left, whichever one you prefer. Lunge and kick. Still stretching. Remember to be very careful. If you start adding power before you stretch, you're risking an injury. And that's what we want to avoid at all costs. Very simple movements. If you do them correctly, you will get very tired. Last one. Other side. Lunge and front kick. I'll do it this way. Still stretching. Straight back. Stability. Stare at the target. Try to go for the range. Low. And last one. Now we're going to stretch the hips that way. Take it side to side. And here, where you might want to use the yoga blocks to help yourself for stability, just stretching. And we want to go for the range. It's your leg strength, the glute strength, that will lift your body up from that squat. Open up the hips. Go for the range. And that's it. We're going to do jack and jab. Right side only. Block, bam. Stare at the target. Bam, bam. Get the power to the block. Full We'll do the other side shortly. We're going to go for the range again. Right side only. All the way. You might want to use yoga blocks to keep yourself on the ground if you want to. Take breaks, of course. And everybody's range is different. If you feel something wrong with your hips, last one. Reduce the range. Block and left jab. Bam. Try to put all the weight on the front foot. That's what adds power to the jab. So you're jabbing with your entire body and not just with your arm. Power for the block. Someone hits you with a baseball bat. And last one. Range on the other side. Side squat. Yoga blocks or hands on the ground if you want to. Go for the range. At the maximum range to get up, your muscles, leg muscles and glute muscles have to work the hardest. So make sure to go into it slowly. If you have never done this before, reduce the range where you're comfortable. Hips are back. And that's it. Squat and front kick. Right leg only. Same leg. We'll do the other one next time. Try to start kicking before you lift off the squat. This is equivalent to a one-legged squat. Depth. Stare at the target. You can reduce the range, use your hips. And last one. Shake it off. Other side. Squat and kick. If you're doing this at your full capacity, this is very tiresome. We're working on cardiovascular and muscular endurance. Push with your quad as you extend the leg. Range. And that's it. Next is sit-ups with a jab. Alternate the starting arm exhale as you punch. High section, someone is standing right over you. Last one. Core is very important. We're going to train the core. Sit into a V and back out. If V is too hard, you can sit and bring the knees in. Back is straight, lifting off the mat. Your back should be fully on the mat as you are on the ground. In a straight line. Last one. Okay, back up. Squat and hook to the ribs. Slow. Your body turns and transfers the energy from your hip through your shoulder and to the point of contact. Try to exaggerate the movement. And last one. Side kick, slow into the chest. Extend and look at the point of contact. Same leg. Training same side is a little bit easier so you can focus on it. Once you get the range, comfortable, add the power. Both heels point at the target, striking the target with the heel. Keep your balance, last one. Other side. Tight core. Start slow and extend. Side kick is the glutes that are adding the power. Don't kick with open hips. You will get injured or might. Once you get the range and the movement and the power. Power is mass plus velocity. Mass times velocity. Last one. Getting the heart rate up. Faster. Eyes are at the target. Well, of course, if you hit the wall, take a break or skip a few. Still going to burn a ton of calories. With the arm. Keep pushing it, pushing it. Last one. Okay, other side. Faster. Hit harder. Faster, faster. Don't get tired. If you are tired, of course, take rest. Push it. And last one. High knees. Level 1. Or really high knees. And here we're really warmed up. We're just trying to get the heart rate up and work on cardiovascular endurance. So now you can push yourself, but be gentle. Know your body's limits. You can't force your body, you can only train it. And that's it. Lunge. Straight down. Touch the ground. Legs are shoulder width apart. Weight is on the back leg. Straight down, body is in a straight line with the leg at the end of your range. This is still stretching, believe it or not. Stretching your quad. And that's it. Other side. Make sure legs are shoulder width apart. Take it down. Use your concentration to maintain the weight on the back of your leg. So this back leg is really working. Stretch, lift. The last one. Now we're going to work on the range. Squat to maximum range. You can add elevation to your heel if you want. can put your heels on the elevation. If your range, if you're still working on the range, different people have different range. That's totally normal. When you're working on range or stretching, always slow down. It's very easy to injure when the muscles are stretched at the maximum. You don't want to go fast. And last one. Okay. Staggered push-up. We're going to stagger, push up, and stagger the other side. Push up. The important thing is to keep your palms spread out for better stability, so you can feel your body weight. Low if you can. And last one. Abs. Working your lower abs. Down. And lift. The back is on the ground the entire time. If it's too hard, both legs, alternate. If your back lifts off the ground like this, you're not doing your abs a favor. Push it in. Feel your lower abs, not your lower back. Focus. Complete concentration. So you can really feel what you're working. Not just repeat movement after me. Focus on the target. And that's it. We're going to do jumping front kick. Leap and kick. Same side. Once you get the range in the movement, you can add power. Take breaks. This is very intense. Last one. Lunge it back. Alternate. We'll do the other side, don't worry. Just remember, I kicked with my left. Whatever you kicked with, we'll do the other one shortly. Oh. And last one. Now take the same leg that you just kicked with, and we're going to train the range. Side kick. Hold on to the wall if you want to, until you get your stability. Challenge yourself. Focus on stability. Don't forget to look at the target if you can. If you're not at that point yet, stay on the floor at one point for balance. Now we're going to do jumping front kick on the other side. Lift it up and jump. If done correctly, this is extremely powerful kick. And power is mass times velocity. The mass is limited. The more velocity you can generate, the more powerful it is. Last one. Now deep squats, focusing on the range. And I will turn to maximum range. Stretching the hips. Slow it down at the bottom of the range to avoid injury. That's it. Now we're going to side kick. Stretching the other side, working on stability. Hold on to something until you gain your control. Both heels pointing at the target. Stare at one point on the floor for balance if you need to. Correct ways to look at the target. Abs. Legs up. Reach for the toes. Higher. Not just maximum range. Try to touch them. Feel that crunch at the end of the range. And last one. Either crab kicks or dips. Choose your level, whatever works for you. Dips, both elbows going back. Extend the legs if you want to increase the challenge Hips are dropping straight down. We're going to work on the range. Roundhouse kick, half a roundhouse kick, because we're not turning the body and not turning the toe. Here we're training the outer thigh muscle and the core for stability. It should be challenging. If it's too challenging, go lower. If it's not enough challenging, lift it higher. Here you can open the hips. This is for stability. And we're also stretching. With control. And we'll do the other side shortly. Plank hold. If you want to add the challenge, alternate without moving your hips to a 3-point plank. Try not to turn your body. And that's it. We're going to do the other side. Chamber. And chain half a roundhouse kick. Core strength, flexibility, and leg muscle strength, outer side. Look at the target. Complete concentration. And that's it. Now we're going to stretch the glutes. Maximum range squat and stretch it across. Feel the stretch in the glute. And last one. Now we're nice and warmed up, training the range. Same side. Opening the hips. And if you don't do this on a regular basis, you should do half the range as long as you're comfortable. Use yoga blocks in front of you if you need to. And that's it. Shake it off. We'll do the same on the other side. Straight body. Forearms down. Or support yourself. Open up the hips gently. And then use the power of that leg to lift yourself up. And last one. Okay. Side kicks. Squat, side kick. Alternate. And start kicking before your legs are straightened up. One-legged squat. To add that power into your kick. The last one. Burpee with a push-up. Slow it down or speed it up, depending on your level of fatigue. And last one. Good one. Okay. Focusing on range. Side kick, and we're going to stretch it out. You don't have to look at the target, just stretch. Hold on to the wall and stretch. Focus on the core, balance. Stare at one point on the floor. This is not a kick, this is a stretch only. Focusing on stability. Concentrate. Point the heel at the target. Okay. Squat with alternating kicks. Remember which side we did for the side kick? After that, we're going to do the other side. So we'll let the hips rest and recover. Reset. Try to start lifting the leg right when you're at the bottom of the squat. So you really train it leg. And last one. Okay. Side kick stretch. Other side. Hold on to the wall if you want to. This is a stretch only. Working on stability and the range. Heel points at the target. For this one, you don't have to look at the target. This is a stretch. Stare at one point on the floor to remain control. Don't let your body just flail. Focused, slow, and controlled. Okay, last one. Bob and weave with the uppercut. Uppercut power comes from the glutes and the core. And last one. Jump rope. Now your heart rate should be in the maximum target. Finish, squat and front kick. Alternate. Don't forget to start lifting off the leg off the floor before you straighten the legs. At the same time, and if you're pretty tired, you can stay here, or if you want to give it the last go, some power and velocity. This is it. And last one. Okay. We are done. We're going to stretch out. Excellent work. If you have gotten to this point, you're not on the floor yet. Awesome work. Reverse. Stretch. Across. Tricep stretch. Take one leg on the other opposite knee. Down. Feel a stretch in the glute. And up. Other side. Drive the hip back. Hold on to something if you need to. Quad stretch. If you can, test your range. Other side. Test your range. Deep breath. All the way down. Test your range. Heels are on the ground if you can. Hands are on the ground. Straighten the legs. Test your range. Fold over if you can. Slowly up. Hands on the quads. Around the back. Flex. Round. Flex. All the way up. Deep breath. Reach. Puller. And exhale. One more time. Reach. Puller. And exhale. Thank you for joining me today. If you like this workout, I record various workouts. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I look forward to sharing more workouts.